The placebo effect is amazing, and I'm hardly the first person to be entranced by it, but some can get a bit carried away. Every improvement that occurs after taking something that isn't inherently active is not the placebo effect. There are two other important concepts that need to be borne in mind. The first is simply the natural history of an illness. If you come to me with a stinking cold and I tell you to squeeze oranges all over yourself and rub lemon zest into your hair, soon you're going to feel a lot better. If you're gullible and you've never had a cold before, you'll believe that Dr. Francis's citrus system made you better. But, of course, almost all colds just get better on their own after a few days. A more realistic version of this is one doctor giving somebody with a viral illness some antibiotics, and the person gets better. They might believe the antibiotics helped, and when another doctor correctly doesn't give them antibiotics for a viral infection a year later, they will think that doctor is treating them poorly. People tend to attribute causality to something that they did or took, but the reality is they would have just got better no matter what. The great Voltaire famously satirized this by saying the art of medicine consists of amusing the patient until nature cures the disease. And before the anti-modern medicine mafia collectively climax, Voltaire said this in the 18th century, and we have a lot more treatments since then. The second concept is regression to the mean. And this is slightly different and can be slightly tricky as well to understand. As a term, it was actually coined by another deeply questionable Francis, who also taught at UCL, Francis Galton, statistician, anthropologist, polymath, cousin to Charles Darwin, racist, and essentially the inventor of eugenics, another term that he actually coined, along with things like nature versus nurture. Let's think of a common problem that people tend to get from time to time, something like a headache. Now, some headaches you get are quite mild, and some are moderate. Some are awful. Over the course of the year, you might get 10 headaches. Their severity varies randomly. 9 times out of 10, you just put up with it. But everybody has a point at which the severity of their headache is so bad they decide to see a doctor. And due to catastrophic NHS underfunding, you are unlucky enough to see me for your headache. I'm branching out into managing inferior organs. And I tell you that the next time you get a headache, you should take a swig of Dr. Francis's fantastic feel-good formula, which is actually just Maggie hot and sweet mixed with hand sanitizer. Statistically, the next time you get a headache after the worst one you've had so far, it's highly likely to have a lower severity, i.e. after an outlier, the next result is going to be closer to the average simply due to probability. We see this for any normally distributed set of data. And because people only seek medical attention when something is really bad, the next time it's inevitably less severe. Now, was that caused by Dr. Francis's feel-good formula? No,